In St. Louis this fall, we had many things that were special and different. We had the rally squirrel that ran through one of the playoff games. We had the saying, "Happy Flight." And Happy Flight became synonymous with a team that was chalking up improbable victories night after night, day after day. This speech is, I'm going to term it a happy speech. I've had to give a number of speeches on the floor of the Senate since I've been blessed enough to be given this opportunity to serve my state. Sometimes I come to the floor angry. Sometimes I come to the floor frustrated or upset. Sometimes I come with a passion for a piece of policy that I think is essential in terms of our government operating the way we would want it to operate. Today, I just come happy. I just come happy with the notion that our team provided the kind of thrills that baseball yearns for in this country, especially at these moments when many families are faced with long days and tough decisions as they try to right the ship as we've traveled through a very difficult economy. The 2011 World Series was an unlikely one for our Cardinals. It wasn't supposed to happen. Bookies made a lot of money off the World Series this year because the Cardinals weren't supposed to be in it. The Cardinals were 10.5 games out with 30 days to go. In fact, the Cardinals secured their wild card berth on the last day of the season at the 11th hour. And as a wild card team, they weren't supposed to do well. They weren't supposed to beat Philadelphia. That wasn't going to happen. Philadelphia has one of the top 3 payrolls in baseball, right? That wasn't going to happen. Well, it did. And we won against Philadelphia. And then we took on the mighty Brewers, the winner of our division. And, of course, we won that also. And then it was on to the Texas Rangers, who were supposed to win this year because they went last year. And we weren't supposed to be able to compete with the depth and breadth of the Texas lineup. And as everyone now knows, that's not how the story ended. It was a special World Series. It was a unique World Series. It was competitive. It was fun. I was lucky enough to be at some of the games. In fact, I was at Game 3 when Albert Pujols put on a show for the world. He showed everyone why he is the best player in baseball. 3 towering home runs in one World Series game. And all of a sudden, his name was in the same sentence as Lou Gehrig. It was a special night to watch the Cardinals pound the Rangers in Arlington, Texas. But the Rangers came back the next night to win, and the next night after that. And the Cardinals returned to St. Louis once again with their backs against the wall. Once again, everyone assuming it was over because all the Rangers had to do was win one game. And that's when Game 6 occurred. And I was lucky enough to be at Game 6. And I'm saving my ticket stub, but for generations to come, people in St. Louis are going to claim they were at Game 6. I'm going to save the proof because all of us will never forget Game 6. At our 11th hour, trying to win our 11th World Championship, in the year 2011, our hometown guy, right from St. Louis, graduated from Lafayette High School, walked to the plate in the 11th inning after the Cardinals twice, with 2 outs and 2 strikes, saved the game by getting a hit. Twice. Not once, but twice. So there we were in the bottom of the 11th with the score tied. And our hometown guy, at our 11th hour, in the 11th inning, in the year 2011, cracked the bat, and that ball sailed out for a home run, and we had won the most improbable and exciting victory in World Series history. Now, you know, maybe that's hyperbole, but honestly, I don't think so. Find someone who watched that game, who knows baseball, and they will tell you that that is among one of the very best World Series games in the history of American baseball. And what a history that is. With that one crack of the bat, Cardinal Nation became Cardinal World. And all of the world stood in amazement as we cheered like crazy for our Cardinals. What did this team do this year? We had a masterful manager who we'll miss very much. We had David Freese, our hometown guy, who rose to the occasion when we needed him. We had Albert Pujols. We had Carp, who was just amazing as a pitcher. We had a bullpen that rose to the occasion when necessary after they had been maligned through most of the season. We had Yachty. We had Craig. We had so many of our players that did what had to be done when it had to be done to deliver a World Series championship to a city that loves them more than we love the Arch and more than we love our beer. For years now, young people will be told over and over again that cliche: you need to refuse to quit. You can never give up. And I got to tell you the truth. It's a cliche I've used with my kids. You know, when they're moping around and, oh, my life is horrible. So, you know, you can't quit. You can't give up. This team is going to allow parents in St. Louis and beyond for many, many years to say, see what happens when you don't give up? See what happens when you refuse to quit? You can win a championship if you just refuse to die. And that's exactly what our Cardinals did. And on behalf of Cardinals Nation and thousands of people around this country that were proud of what St. Louis represented, a fall classic with our classic Cardinals bringing home the victory for a city that loves them. God bless them all, and God bless the fans that understand that it's okay to cheer for a sac fly, that understand baseball better than most fans around the country, that will now wait anxiously for spring training so we can begin once again our love affair with the St. Louis Cardinals.